Here's the fastest way to lose happiness: chasing it. The harder you try to force joy, the further it slips away. Psychologists call this the happiness trap, and millions of people are stuck in it without even realizing. You know the feeling, you set goals, you achieve them. You check the boxes, and instead of peace, you feel empty, restless, unsatisfied. Now here's the good news. Happiness was never meant to be constant. Real life includes sadness, anger, frustration, and all uncomfortable feelings. And fighting those emotions only makes them stronger. True happiness begins not when you escape discomfort, but when you allow it to exist. I am going to now show you the science behind the trap and why belonging and authentic connection with others matters more than forced positivity. Because here's the truth. No one wants to be around someone who's always happy. We want to be around people who are real, who have struggles, who are authentic. And that's where true connection happens. Not over here. So, are you ready to stop chasing and start living? Let's go. For years, I thought happiness was about intensity. It's the big goals, the big achievements, the big smiles. But I learned the hard way that this obsession only left me restless. I would push myself at work, hit the deadlines, chase recognition, and then I would end up feeling empty inside. The more I tried to force happiness, the more fragile it became. It was like trying to hold water in my hands. The harder I squeezed, the more it slipped through my fingers. Psychologists call this the happiness trap. The more you fight for constant joy, the deeper you sink into dissatisfaction. And I know this isn't just theory, I've lived it. I felt the exhaustion of pretending everything was fine when inside I was completely overwhelmed. That's when I began to see that happiness doesn't arrive by force. It comes when you stop running after it like a finish line and start noticing the ground beneath your feet. This truth also shows up in my relationships. My greatest sources of happiness are not the flashy moments, but the deep bonds I've built, like with my fiancé and my best friend. Those connections make me feel alive, and science backs this up. Baumeister and Leary proved that belonging is a fundamental human need, just as essential as food or shelter. Kenrick and his team later confirmed it. Our drive to connect is wired into our biology. What I realized is this: chasing happiness through achievements or possessions isolates you, but embracing belonging grounds you. With my best friend, it's not about constant joy. It's about knowing I can share sadness, laughter, or silence and still be accepted. That acceptance is where real happiness grows. It isn't about being happy every second. It's about being human, fully with others who see you and stay. Here's why chasing happiness makes us miserable. There's this thing that Russ calls it the happiness trap. And he talks about how our mind tricks us into believing that we should always feel good. And when we don't, we fight it. We push it away. We try to distract ourselves from feeling the sadness, the anger, the stress. But the more we resist it, the more power it gains over us. Like trying not to think about a pink elephant. The harder you push it away, the stronger it comes back. I've been there. I've spent entire days trying to smile and laugh and be happy when inside I was breaking. And all it did was make me feel worse. The science is clear. True psychological flexibility, the ability to feel the discomfort and still act on what matters, that's the foundation of real well-being. So happiness is not about erasing the negative. It's about making room for every emotion, for the light and the dark, and moving forward in alignment with our values, not our fears. This is where belonging comes back into the picture, because when life feels heavy, it's not the absence of sadness that saves us, it's connection. Baumeister and Leary showed that humans are wired to belong. Without deep bonds, our mental health suffers no matter how many goals we achieve. Kenrick's work reinforces this. Love, acceptance, and connection aren't luxuries. They're survival needs. Think about it. What brings more peace, another item checked off your list, or a friend who listens without judgment? I've seen it in my own life. Achievements fade, applause disappears, but the moments of being fully seen by someone I trust, that's what anchors me. So instead of chasing happiness like a prize, we can nurture bonds that remind us that it's okay to feel everything. And in that acceptance, happiness quietly grows. Here's the truth. Happiness was never meant to be a permanent state. Life is not a straight line of joy. It's a rhythm of highs and lows, of laughter and tears. As Russ explains through ACT, when we fight our sadness, our stress, our fear, we only make it worse. But when we allow our emotions to come and go like waves on the shore, then we discover a deeper kind of freedom. I remember moments when I stopped pretending I was fine and just said, even to myself, I am hurting. And strangely, that honesty made me lighter. You don't need to erase your discomfort to live well. You need to create space for it. That's where happiness hides. In the courage to face life as it is, not as you wish it were. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing happiness like a prize, you open the door to actually feeling it. This is also why belonging is so powerful. Baumeister and Leary showed that connection is as essential as food or shelter, and Kenrick confirmed it. We are wired to belong. Think about it. What makes a hard day bearable? For me, it's not crossing another task off the list. It's sitting with my best friend or sharing silence with someone I trust and realizing I don't have to pretend. In those moments, I don't need to be happy. I just need to be real, and from that realness, joy quietly grows. So maybe the trap isn't only about chasing happiness. It's about forgetting that happiness thrives where we are accepted, not where we perform. If you feel stuck in the endless chase, maybe the first step isn't running faster. Maybe it's stopping long enough to let someone stand beside you. Here's a practice you can carry with you. Instead of asking yourself, am I happy? Because happiness is a feeling and feelings are fleeting. Instead, ask yourself, am I present? Am I connected right now? Because presence and connection are experiences you can actually live into. So the next time stress or sadness visits, notice your breath, your body, the people who matter most. Let the emotions come and go without judgment. And if you can, reach out to someone you trust. Not to solve anything, but to just be real about how you're feeling in that moment. This is how you step out of the trap of always needing to be happy and into the freedom of just being. Because happiness stops being a prize to win and starts being the natural echo of a life well lived. A life that's messy and imperfect, but full of presence and connection. If this message resonates with you, take a moment right now to reflect. What is one authentic connection in your life that brings you peace, even in difficult times? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. We are all human. We all carry joy and pain. And sometimes the pain feels overwhelming. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're the only one struggling, but you're not alone. I promise you that. The more we accept that life is full of ups and downs, the lighter it becomes, because happiness isn't something we chase. It's something that finds us when we stop running. If you want more videos like this, daily reflections on happiness, inner peace, and living fully, subscribe to Echoes of Light and join our journey. Because freedom begins when we choose to stop chasing and start living.